go. OverDrive off and running. TSN 1050 on the TSN app, your home smart speaker. Up on TSN 3, up on YouTube Live. Brian Hayes, Yo Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jamie Noodles McLennan.
What's going on today?
How are we feeling this afternoon?
Feeling amazing, and I would just like to update something. Thank you to everyone at Okanagan Golf Club. Amazing spot. Okay?
Shout-outs already.
Amazing spot.
Shout-outs to a place no one in Toronto cares about. Shout-out to that spot.
Here is the scoring report.
Yeah.
I blew a 75. Laura Dyken, 83.
Ooh.
Frankie Corrado, 96.
No,
no.
That's disappointing. I know Laura can play golf, man. She can golf for a ball around.
Great golfer.
Really,
great golfer.
She's a
and
stick out
I
there.
think she took pride in the fact that Frankie C was the low man on the totem pole.
I love it. Wood-shedding Frank Corrado. Wood-shedding Frankie Corrado out in
That's
Okanagan.
a big number for Frankie. Was he wearing the robe from the hotel out there or what?
Is he comfortable
I
out
saw
there?
him getting interviewed with Dustin Nielsen.
Oh, yeah.
He was wearing a white robe.
Just walking around, right, heading to the pool. Sorry, got a tea time in an hour. Like, I know you guys are working every single night.
Working hard, working late, all of that. But we were talking about it. Oh, how are you holding up? You're golfing.
You're Pete Rose soon, man. I'm watching you in that second intermission. Those eyes are 50 pounds apiece. I'm turning my TV off because I'm shutting the mill in the East. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. And I'm watching this guy, and I'm like,
Rose.
I know he's dead. I know it. If he's golfing in the morning, doing
I
OverDrive.
actually think I've had a good tournament. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going
It's
Pete
not that you
Rose
haven't
in
been
the
good.
second
I'm just
period.
saying I think it's getting late out there, man. Those are late games.
Well, early golf, OD, and then late nights. There is maybe by Friday we might have a Pete Rose on the panel.
I think we're going to have Pete.
Now, I will say this, guys, like, usually, like, at World Juniors, anything on location, like we're at the Super Bowl or whatever, I have never gone to bed so fast. When I take my earpiece out on this set, the hotel is across the street. When I finish my last sentence, I think I'm sleeping no less than 12 minutes later, like sleeping. My gear comes off, and I brush my teeth, and I fall in bed, and I think it's 12 minutes. Like, there's people that want to have a beer in the lobby. I literally go in the elevator, and I'm so happy if it's already open. And I go right up to my room, and I'm sleeping 12 minutes later. Yeah. I'm just exhausted.
That's my point, dude. That's Pete Rose. Like, if you can fall asleep in 12 minutes.
That 12 minutes is moving forward and forward.
It's getting
That might be if you get an overtime.
Oh, dude, that's trouble, man. If you hit a 12-minute overtime, that's like the clock is ticking. But I like that. I appreciate that. Like the hotel right across the street. Perfect.
Yeah, it's a great setup out there. It looks
been a great tourney, some great tilts, some big fights in these games, man.
Big games. Kitchener was awesome last night.
Kitchener's on fire. Shout out to the McKenzie crew out there.
Yeah. Lots going on.
Everyone's playing well. So, yeah, it's awesome. This is a big day for us because as of today, we're going to be up on Crave. So all of our shows, you can watch the podcast or stream the podcast live on, or not live on Crave, but after the fact on Crave moving forward. So if you're a subscriber to Crave and you want to check it out, you can find it wherever you find your podcast. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, the iHeartRadio app, and TSN.ca, YouTube Live. We just keep getting bigger and bigger.
I'm on Crave all the time. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It'll be weird to pull up Crave and see your mug or my mug or his mug.
Yeah. It's like heated rivalry and OverDrive, like the two biggest things on Crave. Right? I think we're basically chasing them down.
They better have a good picture of us, like maybe updated or whatever. It's probably the latest one.
I think it'd be the latest stock photo.
Let me ask you guys this. Hazy, if you were ever traveling and you were looking for something to watch on the Bird, would you ever watch yourself? Would you ever download EPIs of yourself in OverDrive to occupy your time? Be honest.
Here's what I would do.
Because I know my answer.
Here's my honest truth is, yes, I would. I would, and I don't. That's going to sound so arrogant, so I got to explain it.
Explain.
Because the idea of
It is
someone,
arrogant.
well, the idea of someone walking by the aisle and catching me watching myself on a flight
With a big smile on your face.
Yeah, like and taking notes. Like that was a good line. Oh, I like that shirt. That's a good suit combo. The reason I would do that is they have the best of OverDrive
Yes.
up on Crave.
That I would watch.
So that is up there, and I genuinely laugh at a lot of the stuff we have done before. Like when we're laughing on this show, it is 100% authentic laughter.
Yeah.
And I go back and I find different clips. So that's up on Crave. I would do that. And I used to listen to us a lot, more so for like educational purposes, our pacing. Are we using certain terms that we shouldn't be using? How are the ins and outs? Like more kind of trying to get a read on
Get better.
how
It's
the
like
show
doing,
feels.
Doing game film.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I used to actually do that a lot. I don't do it very much anymore, but I might check it out.
You know,
I'm going to watch it tonight on Crave. I'm going to watch this show on Crave tonight.
Oh, will you do it?
I'm gonna. I just got to tell you, absolutely not. No. We're on TV every day of our lives, and if Hayes, you ever sent me an email or called me and said, "I think you got to do this or that," I would hang up the phone, and that would be the end of the conversation.
I've taken notes. I have things. I have
No.
commentary
No.
that I'm.
Constructive criticism. That's what
We
it
could do a
is.
sound check or a visual check up on Crave whenever you want to do that. We can all sit
No.
down and talk about that.
No.
But it's very exciting. So that's going to be awesome. So the shows, if you're watching live, if you can't watch live, you can catch it streaming on Crave every single night. And there's a bunch of episodes up there right now. So check that out. You got to subscribe to Crave. You can watch us on TSN, listen on TSN Radio, find us wherever you find a podcast. And man, it's a big one tonight, obviously in Colorado or in Vegas.
Yeah, in
and we'll
Vegas.
get to that momentarily. It was a big one in Montreal last night, and everyone's having the same conversation. It's 2-1 in the series, and yet I think the majority of people think like Carolina is just steamrolling Montreal, yet they've won 2 games in overtime.
You brought up a great point, and you weigh in on this. Because I started the conversation with Brian off air. I said, Carolina's got to their game. Like last night, if you look at the final stats, 28-10 were the high danger chances. Like Dobush like gave them an opportunity.
He's playing, man. I think he'll keep playing well,
and
too.
I love the guy. He plays for keeps. He's a competitor, hard on his sleeve, all of that. But I genuinely think that Carolina has just squeezed Montreal. Now, you say what you said to me because I think it's a great point. 2 games in overtime, and if Caulfield doesn't go offside last night, Montreal wins that game. So we're looking at 2-1 Montreal.
Exactly. Like Caulfield offside by a millimeter, and the second they show the review, you knew he was offside.
I agree.
Like and Brindamore knew it, and it was a great call. I hate that rule. I hate it with a passion. And last night's a perfect example of it. And I've been saying this for a decade or whatever it's been since they implemented that rule. You're in the entertainment business.
Right.
Is there anything more entertaining than the pop at the Bell Center when Dobson scored last night in the third? That place went absolutely insane.
It did, yeah.
And Caulfield was offside by a millimeter 45 seconds before it went in. It had nothing to do with anything, him being offside. It didn't create the chance. It didn't give them some one-up on Carolina. And again, I cannot urge the NHL enough. You're in the entertainment business. The idiocy of, well, you got to get it right. That crowd, and I believe you two are a part of that crowd.
Yes, we are.
Is so stupid and so short-sighted because you rip away an incredible moment like that last night.
Yeah,
rip it away.
Okay, well, Brian, what's worse? What's worse? Idiots like you who say it's entertaining, or people that are in the sports world that are former professional athletes and current professional coaches and players who want to get it right. Who would you rather griping? You tell me.
Yeah,
like
me,
I
because I'm
understand
right.
you say it's great.
Go ahead.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's
I
not.
get it. It's entertainment. It's entertainment, and the Bell Center does go crazy, Hayes. But if you're the Carolina Hurricanes, do you not like it's the Stanley Cup playoffs that are at stake here? Do you not want to get that situation right? Do you want it to be played over and over again on Sports Center? Oh, the goal counted, but look, it was actually offside. It shouldn't have counted. Do you want that as like history, part of history, where there's all kinds of cameras, whether it be the NHLs or the TV company that are using them, or just the guy in his iPhone? Do you want that the whole time?
Yes.
That goal was offside anyway.
Yes, I'm happy. I don't care if people are, down in Carolina. And again, if it was reversed, it'd be the same thing.
Right.
If Carolina did it, I'd say it's stupid. You got to review it. You got to stop the clock. Everyone's, waiting to see what's going to happen. When I say you're in the entertainment business, that's my point. Like, yes, of course, the coaches and the GMs always say, get it right.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. You can gripe all you want. I'm talking to Gary Bettman here. I'm not talking to Rod Brindamore or Marty St. Louis.
Right.
I'm talking to the GMs. I'm talking to the commissioner who's in charge. You guys always talk about the playoff format.
Yes.
He does that because he believes it's more entertaining.
Right.
Not because it's technically, the right way based on morality or ethics or in fairness. He does it for entertainment purposes. And you know how many things they get wrong all night?
All night.
They get stuff wrong all the time.
Yeah,
this is where you draw the line?
Put the whistles away last night. There was penalties on both sides.
Too many men on the ice in overtime was outrageous. That benefited Montreal. Turns out it didn't matter, but that was absolutely insane.
But there was a trip on Hudson, the period before that wasn't called. Like, I get it, and I understand what you're saying. I always say careful what you wish for, because whatever team you cheer for, not you particularly, but whoever.
And I don't have a dog in this fight.
You're right, but it's going to come back and bite you, because that was a clear trip. That was
clear trip
in overtime.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Yeah,
and that would have been called if that was the first
regular
or the second
regulation. It's
but
called.
The refs just let him play, and you knew nothing was going to get called unless it was puck over the glass. There were people sending me clips today saying that might have been goaltender interference on Aho.
I thought he was close.
Well,
I thought they were going to challenge.
I agree, but I don't think you challenge in overtime. I think they review it anyways.
I see.
But Dobush reached around Aho. So I thought it was a great play by Aho, because if you look, he gets to the top of the crease. Dobush reaches out with his glove to direct him to say, stay there, type of thing. Like, don't come in here. And Dobush reaches around and hits his glove, his hip, and goes in the net. But I didn't think
bad turnover by Hudson.
Well, this is
that one hurts.
This hurts, because what a read. This is the one thing. This Carolina team, there's no room out there.
No, listen. Carolina is smothering Montreal. There is no transition through the neutral zone. You're not coming to. But there's no zone entries with pace, all that kind of stuff.
We'll get back to what we were talking about earlier. I still think Carolina has taken control of. They've gotten to their game.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal needs, if they want to get back in this series, they need to find a way to get to Carolina with speed and with their skill. Because right now, they can't get anything going. Regardless of what, hey, we've gone to overtime 2 games in a row. They've got 12 shots on, they got 25.
12. They had 13 last night and 12 the game before.
So 25 shots in 2 games, and I think they had 2 shots in the last, 25 minutes of the game yesterday. That's not good enough to win. That's just not that's not going to win you a 7-game series. You might grab a game here or there where a goaltender steals it, but that's not going to win you 4 games against that team.
No, they've got to be better. I think Game 4 is a must win. They've got to win tomorrow night. They have to. But I don't know what being battle tested is worth, but we'll see. They were doubted against Tampa. They had their backs up against the wall. Doubted against Buffalo. Backs up against the wall. Now their backs are up against the wall against Carolina.
Yeah.
And the reality is, I would agree with you, Noodles, in terms of these statistics and the overwhelming shot clock in the favor of Carolina, which is what always happens when Carolina plays.
Yeah, shot volume.
They always end up outperforming the other team. And Montreal has been chasing the shot clock all throughout the playoffs, including against Tampa and Buffalo. If this was over the course of a season, you'd be dead.
Yes.
If this was a best of 15, you'd be in big trouble. It's not.
Yeah, you're
Dobush
right.
can steal a game or 2.
Yep.
You get a couple of breaks. Freddie has a bad performance. And I know that's not going to make you feel great.
Yeah, it's not the formula.
Exactly. I guess what I'm saying is Vegas is through. Carolina's a heavy favorite now and deserve to be.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced the Habs are definitely finished.
No, I'm
not
so.
convinced
I just think
that they're dead now.
Go ahead.
They're not finished, but you guys were talking about Carolina and what they do to the opposition. What do you think they did to the Ottawa Senators? What do you think they did to the Philadelphia Flyers? Night after night, they just suffocate you, and that's what their standard is. It's almost like they have a goal of 20 shots or less.
Yeah.
How are you going to beat a team consistently if that's what the team is keeping the shots against? Like, they are just tempting you to try to get some kind of hot power play or your goaltender be out of his mind good. Like the power play that's just crazy. That's the only way it seems you could beat that team. And I understand the Montreal Canadiens did it in Game 1. But they're just going to be tough. Like, they just it's kind of like New Jersey back in the day on steroids. Like a faster New Jersey Devils system where they just do it quicker, and it's almost more painful to watch and play against. They're not giving you anything, man. It's so impressive to watch.
They are. And the games, like, as exciting as they are, they're not wide open. There was a few chances where it opened up a little bit, but then the game just closes right up. They just
Carolina could be it could be a Jersey type.
Well, Vegas,
vibe.
but see, Vegas is heavy. Like, that's the one thing. Montreal's not a heavy team.
No,
they're skilled and fast. Vegas will lean on you. Now, I'm not convinced. I know you've
You
said
think Colorado wins tonight?
I do, but I do. Blackwood, they should have gone to Blackwood last game. We'll see if he can have a game. I just don't think Colorado goes down in 4. That's a team.
I don't know.
This is the first time they've had adversity.
I think they get absolutely buried tonight.
You think so?
Buried.
Really?
Wow, that building's going to be.
Vegas, when you're down, when you're in Vegas and you're down 3 Cobb.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Yeah, and the Blackwood, it's putting a lot of pressure on him. Like, now he's got to play great. He's got to be perfect.
He does. He has to be great.
And Vegas smells blood here. Like, if you're Tortorella, you're saying, listen, hopefully that series in the East goes 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
We don't want to go back to Colorado.
Let's get healthy. Stone can be,
I think Vegas comes out to play tonight. Like, I don't think Vegas will look past this game. No, that doesn't mean
they don't want to get
not a guarantee, but
they don't want to get on the bird to Colorado.
Yeah, like I think a more immature or younger team might look past this and say, "Hey, we got this series, and it's over."
We're good.
I don't think Vegas will react that way tonight.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think they'll play.
I think they're, like you said, a veteran team, been there, done that, and if you give Colorado an inch of life.
That's trouble.
They might get up off the mat.
They could.
That is the.
We'll see what McKinnon's got and McCarr has
this morning. All of that type of stuff. But I guarantee you, those guys are playing tonight. I don't know if they'll be at 100% or if they're on Tortle or whatever. But I think you're going to see.
You don't think it'll be a Cleveland Cavaliers scenario?
Oh my God, that was embarrassing.
Well,
that's
Cavs,
embarrassing.
Like that was the opposite. The Cavs are like, we're not going back to New York.
Yeah, the Cavs.
Not the other way around. Right?
The Beard had already.
Oh, dude, you talk about him. He's in Vegas probably for the game tonight.
The strip club last night, halfway through the game.
Harden might be at the game tonight in Vegas.
Yeah, he's at the.
And not even know there's a game.
Spearmint Rhino tonight.
Yeah, he's just there. He's like, there's a hockey game going on.
Exactly. I've got some kind of information.
Oh, is that right?
You mentioned that Lawrence Applebaum was texting you, right? Our friend.
Yes, I keep.
So there was
contact.
an anonymous tip brought in today on the show, and it's breaking news. Apparently, O committed an egregious crime on the course today on hole number 2.
What happened? That's concerning.
I don't know. Oh, do you want to talk about this, or should
you want to out yourself? Like,
yeah, what happened here? Like, this
is more TMZ, man. We got that private detective out there. That guy is seriously coming
exactly.
in. Exactly.
Good apparently, it's been registered with Golf Canada. So,
what did you do?
What happened?
Breakfast ball. I'll just drop over here at a white steak. What happened?
Yeah, here's what it is, you morons. Like, you guys think this is so bad.
I know this.
My ball was.
Go ahead.
No, my ball was 10 feet away from LD's, and I hit her ball by accident, and like that. So
that's an X on the
replayed the shot, dude. I
X.
replayed the shot, and I hit a worse one.
Okay.
Well, what's the ruling on that? Like,
well, I mean, if you're playing like in a match, that's serious trouble.
Serious
it's
trouble.
At least
is he in Patrick Reed territory or what?
Yeah, that's a 2-shot penalty at a minimum. But like, if you're in a match play, you're Xing out on the hole. You're done. Toast. But that's amateur.
I know what rat sent that in. Okay.
What Frankie did.
It wasn't L.A. It was. I know what rat it was.
Yeah. Well, Lawrence is in Ottawa. I can't imagine it's Lawrence, but it could be. You never know.
He messaged just saying like there's been an anonymous claim into Golf Canada's
on it.
Isn't there like those phones? Couldn't you call and tell on people?
I don't know.
It used to be, right? During matches, like people would call in and say,
all the time.
I saw that, right?
Yeah, heroes from all over the world would call in and say, I'm telling you, that guy's club hit the sand. And
Hayes.
it was wild stuff back in the day.
Hayes, the worst one ever, and it's your boy. We got to get the video of it. Joe from the Bridge, you got to find this. Greater Greensboro Open. That stinky little Craig Stadler got on his knees to hit a shot under a tree and put a towel under his knees. And someone called in on Stads for putting a towel under his knees.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Joe, get the video. You see Stads with his little mustache. He's on his knees hitting a shot under a tree, and somebody called in and said, "Not allowed to do it, Walrus. Not allowed to do it."
But
Just had to save the knees on his bad khakis.
It hurt your knees or something?
I guess it's, yeah, technically you're using I don't know, I guess the thought process would be maybe you could slip without it, which would be natural. I don't know what the ruling is on that. But it's crazy. There are literally lunatics out there that used to just canvass the PGA Tour and call and be like, just wait on hold for hours. Yeah, I'm watching right now. Go back on the 7th hole. This
Tiger
guy,
did this and
he grounded his club. I saw it. And then it would be this big thing, and they'd have to go back.
They probably just turned that line off. They probably they don't have it.
I think at some point they came to their senses on the PGA Tour and said, we cannot have people calling this kind of stuff in. You know, we just have to rely on the players to be able to do it. But, yeah, we'll get that video of Craig Stadler putting a towel down. As if that's some massive advantage.
There is some concern, again, about O's conduct in hole 2. Well, that's early on,
That's very early. That would throw a lot of people that play with integrity completely off the rest of the round.
Yeah.
But oh my God, you got to see the pic. It's outrageous of Stads. It's outrageous.
Just couldn't get his khakis dusted. Like, what kind of pants was this guy really wearing?
He's wearing blue khakis.
Just, you know how much, Hayes, we like Stads' frame and his whole look. Like, when you see this guy, this pic, I don't know who.
Do we have it?
I think Doogie sent it to me.
He sent it in
it's
the group
just
chat.
insane.
He's got no hat on.
I know.
Dude, this guy looks like he is buckled at the end of a boys' trip and is.
That looks like a guy on a 9 and dine who's wasted, who doesn't want to dirty his pants for dinner.
Can we not post it? Like, what is Joe from the Bridge doing here? We got to get this thing up. There he is.
Look at this guy. That is Stads in Greensboro using a towel to hit that shot.
And that's illegal?
I guess. Where is his bucket?
I want to see the video. Joe, when we come back from commercial, we got to get the viz because I need to see Stads hit that shot. It is insane.
Yeah, that is a guy on day 3 of a boys' trip, a bottle of Fireball Deep that is absolutely shattered in the water.
What that guy is, he didn't tell his wife he's golfing, and he's meeting her for a nice dinner after, and he can't dirty his pants.
Right.
So he's got to get the towel down there.
Yeah, and he's playing for money, so he's not. There's no funny business.
All business.
His partner,
that's right.
His buddies are watching him, saying, "Dude, you're not getting a drop there. Like, you better play that thing."
Oh, I love that.
We'll let you use a towel. We won't give you strokes for that, but. I'd love to be able to interview the hooligan that called that in on Stats.
Oh, my God.
Like, can you imagine taking that request from the PGA Tour? Like, you're at Sawgrass in Florida. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just watching the Greensboro Open, and Craig Stadler put a towel down on 7.
Penalize him. Penalize him.
That's a violation.
Yeah. Absurd
That is
behavior.
crazy.
All right, Confirm or Deny coming up this hour. We've got Keegan coming up from the park. The Jays, Jansen Junk, man, he was filthy last night.
He was.
Junk was throwing some nasty stuff. And the Jays got pumped. They got pumped, and there's just a weird mojo with them right now because of the injuries and the way things are going. So Keegan coming up from the park, and we got Johnny coming up as Canada's playing. They're getting through the group stage. We'll catch up with Johnny, and some Leaf news out there. Maybe they're pursuing David Carl. Where might this go? Austin Matthews having Zoom calls.
Yep.
William Nylander jumping on YouTube saying, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere. I don't know who was.
I was going to say, was there ever a question?
Not a lot of people were wondering that, but all right, we've got an answer from Willie. I love it.
Good.
So that more still to come. OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and up on YouTube Live.
The season finale of Sullivan's Crossing, Sunday on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
To OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
I can neither confirm or deny that this is in fact a segment.
Boston trades Andrew Raycroft to Toronto in exchange for the rights to Tuukka Rask.
It's been my honor and a privilege to serve as the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Club.
It's time for Confirm or Deny.
Do you regret giving all those gentlemen the no trades or no movement clauses?
Well, I can neither confirm or deny that.
I can't confirm or deny.
All right, Confirm or Deny, brought to you by Boston Pizza. This playoffs, BP is summoning the hockey gods to tilt the ice in Canada's favor. Join us and feast like a hockey god on our new playoff menu. See you for puck drop at your local BP. All right, let's begin with that Eastern final in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Confirm or deny the Habs-Canes series is still going at least 6 games?
I'm going to deny that. I wouldn't shock me if the Carolina Hurricanes just kind of ran the table. Like I know they've been close, and it was almost like that 15-day break or whatever, however long it was. They just needed that one game to get the rust out, and then they're just back to doing what they do. I wouldn't be shocked if they take control of this series and it doesn't go deep. And maybe there's a chance that the Habs are possibly running out of gas. Who knows? They played a lot of hockey, long series, tough opponents. I don't know. Obviously, the next game is going to be very telling because if Carolina takes it, they got big-time problems. But I think the Canes are going to take care of business here.
I think Montreal gets one for sure on the goalie. The goalie can steal one, or either the goalie, Dobish, is really good or Freddie has an off night. So I do think it goes 6. I think Carolina's in the driver's seat just based on what I've seen the last 2 games and how they've been able to play. But this will tell me a lot next game, the adjustments Montreal does. It's not Carolina, we know how they play. Can Montreal adjust their game to disrupt Carolina's forecheck, their neutral zone, how they defend in their own zone? That's coaching, but that's also some will and puck management. Can they get their shots through? You got to find a way. So I think it's going 6, though. I do. I think Carolina wins, but I think it's going 6. I think Montreal.
Yeah, I'm denying it as well. I think Montreal gets one more game at least.
At least.
And again, as I said earlier, I think if they win Game 4, I think it's back to coin flip territory. Like, I really do. I think that, are they out of gas? I don't think Dobish is. And that's the thing. Like, he's the backbone of this team right now, the way he's playing. I don't get the impression like he's running out of gas. I think he's ready to play. And if he's playing well, he is going to give them confidence. And they got young legs. Like, I'm curious how Hudson looks after last night. Like that mistake in overtime. I don't know what he was even thinking, touching the puck. He didn't get called on it, the too many men on the ice. But what was he doing kicking the puck there?
Yeah.
Like
a couple mental errors.
I guess he was maybe worried it was going the other way on a 2-on-1, possibly.
Yeah,
but still.
did have a lane there, but still.
Possibly. But he kind of had a bit of a rough night. I think Hudson, based on what he's proven early in his career, has a response tomorrow night. I think that building, I don't expect nerves in the building. It's not the way that fan base generally kind of interacts with their team, unlike other places, Toronto included. But I think it's going at least 6. I'm gonna remain in that corner. Confirm or deny, David Carl, the head coach of the University of Denver, who makes $12 million a year, reportedly, would be a Grand Slam hire for the Leafs.
I would confirm that he would be a Grand Slam. I also confirm that the Kitchener Rangers head coach would be a Grand Slam as well. We talk about Carolina, guys, and I'm not just pumping the tires of this because I'm here, okay? Just watching this team play, it's the most disciplined, professional-looking junior hockey team I've seen since I've been doing World Juniors, all of it. So either guy, Grand Slam. I think I was joking with Bobby. I said, someone in the NHL's got to wake up and take the Kitchener Rangers GM and coach. If you want to get fresh blood and not recycle everybody that's been around for 100 years, the GM and the coach go together, and all the staff too, because everybody's been awesome with the Kitchener Rangers. Every parent I talked to said it's such a professional organization. It's really impressive to watch, guys. And I'm not saying that because I know Bob or anything like that. It's just been, they're the best team here, and it's clinical and surgical what they're doing out there. confirming it?
I'm denying it because do you know David Carl's like people are acting like
great in college.
Great college, great.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of guys who scored 70 goals in junior who didn't play in the NHL. Like you have to be able to adjust to it. And I'm not saying he's not a great coach and wouldn't be, but the point being is you still there's a learning curve and the adjustment to dealing with college players to the National Hockey League is massive. So I don't know if he's amazing. Looks like he's amazing. His track record says he's amazing. But there might be somebody else out there. There might be somebody in the AHL right now that might be a better fit, who knows the pro game, who's been dealing with pro athletes for years. So I'm denying it just based on the field because I think there's going to be a lot of great candidates for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Carl's just one of them. Like that's what I'm not throwing shade at him. I'm just saying, like, we have no idea. Have you ever watched a Denver University game and the way they play?
That's the thing. I would confirm it in terms of it being like the hype that would come with it because obviously. I think it would be exciting for people to learn. Like, he's a really young guy too, right? Like, he's a young, by all accounts, very energetic guy. Thing is, in college, a lot of coaching in college is recruiting.
Yes.
That's what it is. Like, obviously, you need to have X's and O's on the ice, but you need to be able to go into someone's living room and pitch them on your program.
Right.
That doesn't apply in the NHL. You're right. Like Austin Matthews or whoever it is, a prospective free agent isn't listening to David Carl. They're listening to John Chaika and Matt Sundin. Obviously, Carl and the coach will factor in on that, but this isn't a 17 or 18-year-old kid. You're trying to get to your program. That's not the way the NHL works. So it's a completely different story from that standpoint. And, it's an unknown commodity in the NHL.
Well,
it's a completely different landscape. But I do think the excitement, like, considering, by all accounts, he's the most sought-after collegiate coach I can remember in a long time.
Right.
Like, I don't remember the last time we had a name, right? Like, he's everywhere. This guy, he's doing a great job in Denver. They've won 2 national championships.
2 championships out of the last 3 years.
Yeah, and I think been to the Frozen Four maybe 3 straight years.
Yeah, lost in the finals.
Yeah, so, like, obviously he's running a tight ship there. And clearly he's an impressive guy. So I'm very intrigued by the idea. But is he a better NHL coach than Bruce Cassidy, than Peter Laviolette? Like, guys who have won Stanley Cups? I don't know.
I mean, he could be the next thing, and which is, and I like the philosophy of, like, okay, are we going to, and this is recycle somebody who's been in the league, or do you give a new opportunity? Dan Muse, Pittsburgh. You see, I always butcher the San Jose coaches. Warchowski? What is it?
Yeah, it's Warsawski.
Ryan Warsawski.
Yeah,
sorry.
Warsawski.
But, like, those guys work their way up, and they earn their opportunity, and they've done a very good job with what they've had. So there's no reason to believe that Carl wouldn't be able to. But your question was, would he be the best? Is he the best fit?
Is it a grand slam? Yeah.
Is it a grand slam? I don't know because we have no idea how he would transition.
Yeah, that's valid. I mean, by all accounts, the Leafs are talking to him, and he's intrigued by the idea of, and I guess LA's kicking tires on him too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to jump. Like, Chicago tried to get him, I believe, in the past, and he turned them down. And maybe Bednar doesn't survive in Colorado. And maybe he steps right in there and doesn't have to leave Denver.
Though. Like, can you imagine, like, they win? I think there's 0% chance of Jared Bednar, even if they get swept tonight.
You think he's 100% back?
100%.
Okay.
You think a one-off year. This isn't Toronto.
I know, but look at Vegas, man. Like, I honestly wonder if, like, Bruce Cassidy won a cup, and they were going to cruising the playoffs this year.
But that team
See you later.
But that team this year looked uninspired. They looked like they were done.
But what's the explanation for this series from Colorado?
Well, McCarr's injury hurt them.
Yes.
Games 1 and 2.
Valid.
Game 3, he didn't look healthy. And then the rest of the group looks like they're all of a sudden Brent Burns looks 45 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Parker Kelly is Parker Kelly. Good player, but like Brock Nelson.
I would be surprised if he got let go too. Yeah. I don't think it's a 0% chance.
I think it's 0. Am I wrong on that? Is it 0 or no?
I don't think it's 0, man.
Really?
I think that if they get smoked tonight, which is most likely going to happen, there's going to be some stuff that's going to be examined. McKinnon's relationship with the coach, some of their star players that signed big contracts that turned into ghosts in this round. I think you got to take a deep look because they're as good a player as McKinnon is and McCarr. There's only so many years you can be contenders. So they're going to be looking at what the heck are we going to do to fix this for next year if they get smoked tonight. They're goaltending, obviously. So everything will be looked at, and I think the coach will be included.
Well, they won their cup in 22.
Yeah, but keep in mind, it's where the level of comfort the owner is.
Yes.
With that group. Because, again, John Cooper is known as the best coach in the NHL, arguably, depending on who you talk to.
For sure.
Every time you talk to Julian Breezebois, he's like, why would I want the next John Cooper when I have John Cooper? At some point, John will maybe leave. I don't think it's Julian Breezebois. After 4 first-round exits, keep in mind, he's still fine.
I get you, but everyone's different.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hayes, you talk about Vegas's philosophy. Like, don't you think more teams might start saying, well, Vegas has got the winningest record in the playoffs. They do all this successful stuff. Why wouldn't we start acting a little bit more like that? Although you don't want to be known as, like, ruthless, but, like, you know what teams are like? They're like, the guy's got a couple years on his contract. We wanted to pay him. We didn't want to just – Vegas just says, screw it, you're out. We're doing something different. I don't know why more teams don't do it.
Listen,
like I said a couple months ago, guys, or about a month ago, there are general managers making such ridiculous decisions in the NHL, and there's no consequences for it. They just fire their coach. They go and make other stupid trades, signings. It's ridiculous. Like, you could write a book at the ridiculous decisions that go on. A bunch of them have happened in Edmonton the last 6 months, a year. Like, let's get serious. Some of those contracts, trades, signings, embarrassing. And it's like, fire the coach. They just signed the coach to as an extension, and they fired him. That is insane. Insane stuff.
Well,
that team didn't play well. That's the thing. The team didn't play a structured system.
Weren't built that well either. That's the thing, and that's on management too. I think there's a lot of blame to go around.
Oh, I think
that's why I look at Toronto. Like this is what should have happened.
But this should have happened.
And Berube both had to go.
But I think when you look at it, if you wanted to be cutthroat, when they failed, the core 4 failed in year 3, not year 6 or whatever. That should have been dismantled.
Sure, and that's on Shanahan and company.
But they kept coming back with it. You could go back to. Well, Lou would have never allowed those guys to sign those deals.
Maybe.
But it was the next regime that did it. You can do the what-if game for every organization. I'm coming back to Colorado. If they lose 10-0 tonight, I still believe Jared Bednar's coming back.
Well, to put a bow on Vegas, they are a game away from their 3rd Cup final in 10 years with 3 different coaches.
That is,
you know how insane that is?
That is cut.
Like, John Cooper's been in Tampa for a decade. Vegas is about to get to 3 Cup finals with 3 different coaches. That's crazy. And the guy the one that didn't make it was Peter DeBoer, who's a hell of a coach.
Yes.
And he was, I believe, knocking on the door multiple times.
Very sought after, to the point when he got fired.
4 games left. Patrick Waugh, you're out. Here comes Peter DeBoer. We got to get him. All right, confirm or deny. Regardless of the record, the Blue Jays will be buyers leading up to the trade deadline.
I would have to confirm that. I think you're in too deep now with this group, and you got to try to add to it. And you're not going to throw the towel in and say you got to move pieces now. I think they're going to sell hope with health and performance that this thing will turn around. I definitely think they'll be buyers. They almost have to be, man.
Yeah, I agree. Because we were talking off air, Vladdy's elbow, I'd shut him down for a week.
Yeah, not in the lineup tonight, not in the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, not starting, available, but I'd shut him down for a week, give him a reset, and hopefully he comes back and starts mashing. I think he needs a mental and a physical reset. And then you hope that it all falls into place behind him.
Could be a blessing in disguise.
Exactly. That's the way I look at it. You should be a buyer because you are pot committed. You've signed players. You are trying to get right back to the World Series.
And listen, the American League stinks right now.
It's not,
let's clarify that Tampa's been great. The Yankees have been great. A couple other teams have been good. Jays are 4 games under 500. They're a game out of the wild card. Yeah. They're 2.5 out of the second wild card.
Yeah.
It's
wide open.
Exactly. And Kirk is going to come back, and Barger's going to return. They got Lucas back last night. Cease, hopefully it's a short stint. Bieber's already doing rehab stuff. Like you got to stay afloat. But if they're within 3, 4, 5 games of a wild card spot,
you're
with
a
50 games to
go, you got to get in there.
They're gonna keep pushing. I don't see that changing. All right, confirm or deny? Gavin McKenna should have gone to the Worlds to play for Canada.
Very good question. Whoever put these together.
Yeah, whoever did that. Very good.
Doogie.
I'm going to deny it, man. I'm going to deny it. I think sometimes everyone's going to go to the kid that plays for Sweden, and they're like, he's playing there and he's playing well. I think sometimes you can go there and you can get kind of banged up and you can not have a performance. I don't know. It's a big decision to make with consultation with your agent, where you think you sit, where you think you stand, what the pros and cons are actually going for or are going to happen with it. And you also have to consider how the guy feels. It's been the World Juniors. It's been college hockey. There's probably a lot going on. And if you just don't have gas in the tank, what the hell's the sense of going over there and half-assing it and not performing your best?
Half the teams are crappy there, too.
But Stenberg is putting on a clinic over there.
Sure is.
He scored a beautiful goal today.
He did, but like a lot of those teams are not stacked. Canada's got some stack. Outside of that, there's names you're seeing on countries you've never heard before.
Well, in Sweden, again, like Willie's not even there.
Well, yeah.
Nylander goes all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm doing F1 and chilling this year.
Can't wait. Usually you can't wait to get there.
Yeah.
This year. He's like, but he played the Olympics. A lot of these guys have had long seasons.
Right.
Condensed schedule, Olympics, all of that. I think for McKenna, I think you could ask Craig, not me, but he seems like he's cemented at 1. Why would you want to change that? What if you go over there and get hurt? What if you don't have a good showing and people start to I think it's the right decision for him.
Mm-hmm.
Stay back, work out, go to the combine, do whatever you need to do, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Listen, that Stenberg goal we just played, that is a beautiful goal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't care who he's playing against. That is a gorgeous goal for an 18-year-old. He has been unreal.
He looks like he's going to be a hell of a player.
Yes.
But as you keep talking to scouts throughout all of this, you're going to get a good player at 6. You're going to get a good player at 7, 8. Like, this is a deeper draft. That first 6 to 8, like, top 8 players are all going to be really good players, from what I understand.
Well, what are you hearing out there, in terms of McKenna? Every scout and GM, they're all out there in Kelowna.
That's Craig's job to talk to the scouts. It's not like I'm pulling a Bobby Mack out here and grilling scouts on what they're saying. They say it's a toss-up, though. Anybody I talk to is a toss-up. Like, you can take one or the other. They're different kind of players. This Stenberg kid seems like more of a gritty kind of a full package player, and McKenna's like the offensive superstar. So what do you want to go with? They're both kind of like scoring wingers. They do it a different way. What do you want to pick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I honestly think it could be a toss-up, but I think the consensus would be if you have the number 1 pick and McKenna turns into some kind of McDavid minus, you'd be crazy not to take him, right? So there's just that. But like I said, I'm not polling scouts during the second period of these games.
Why not? There's a lot of people out there.
I had somebody say, reminds him a little bit of Jack Hughes. Like, that's the type of, like, skill. And,
he's kind of got that vibe to him.
But I think he can get bigger. Like, put some beef on. Just
right. I think he's taller than Jack Hughes.
Yes, he is. So when you look at it, I think McKenna is the number 1, but again, that's just talking to the people that I...
Right. Well, and that would speak to what you guys are saying, that it's almost like in college, a player not, performing at the combine. If you're the presumptive first overall pick,
right,
you can only go down from there.
Right.
You have a bad combine, bad this, bad that, you're like, screw it, I'm not doing it. Or I'm not playing in a bowl game because I got too much at stake. Might be what's happening here.
We should ask if Craig is talking to him in the scouts room. Remember what he did to us? Where was that, in Barrie?
That was in Barrie, yeah. That was for my appreciation night.
Pretended he didn't know it.
I know. That was one of the more absurd interactions in the history of TSN.
We were so happy.
I'll tell you what, guys. In this building, like at a junior, the guy knows everyone in the building. Like, I'm telling you, it is quite a scene. He knows. He just shows up in a town, and then 3 days later, he knows every single person in the town. He knows everyone that works in the truck that no one's ever seen before. He knows everyone in the hotel. He knows every person on earth. I'm not kidding.
I know.
It's crazy.
I can picture it. Like Craig, anywhere you go, especially in a junior hockey rink.
He would be
Like,
running.
there he is, man.
But do you remember how
Button.
excited we were and
So
how
excited to see
horrified he
Craig.
was to see us?
Yeah, it was. I wish there was a camera. That would have been one of the great camera shots ever.
Yes.
All right, Johnny coming up. Mike Johnson will join us. Keegan coming up as well. An update on Vladdy and Game 2 of the series with Miami in town tonight. OverDrive continues up on YouTube Live.
Now, back to OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
All right, OverDrive continues, powered by FanDuel, bringing you more ways to play your game your way. The Knicks are off to the NBA Finals. It's a great call by Mike Breen at the end of the night, too. Back in the NBA Finals, and they're waiting in Game 5 back in Oklahoma City tonight. And Thunder are favored. I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
And I think that series is going 7. Feels like it's going 7, and the Knicks are just going to sit there for like 2 weeks.
Did you see the party in Times Square?
Oh,
people
crazy.
Crawling on the
Crazy
lampposts.
Like if they win, they haven't won an NBA championship since the 70s. Like,
now, is there a chance they can do it?
I think they got a chance. They will be a big underdog.
Yeah.
I think, big is maybe a stretch. They will be an underdog.
Crazy.
But
fired up.
yeah, it's going to be bedlam in New York with the Knicks in the final.
Yeah.
So you got that going. You got the Jays in action tonight. Keegan coming up into the next hour. And this week's a big week for the World Cup as well. Canada's going to officially announce their roster on Friday on TSN. So we're looking forward to that. And Jesse Marsh got himself a 4-year extension.
Love it.
With the program. So that takes them through the next World Cup. Where this one, they had the automatic bid in. The next one, you got to qualify for that.
So he's got to lead the way.
Then it's really going to start to become some work. But we'll see what they have in store as of Friday. And we're a couple weeks away.
Do you think Stevie Caldwell, boys, will be happy that the roster's being named? He has done a lot of work on his little segment race for the roster.
Oh, yeah.
He has been going at that like 2 or 3 times a week and kind of picking the roster. Like that guy must be doing the sign of the cross when it's finally the roster.
Yeah.
And he's like, there it is, folks. I picked it or it's close to it, and let's get going here.
No one has done more mocks than Stephen Caldwell.
No
and
one,
They're
Jude.
doing a phenomenal job. Like the 26 for 26, and we'll see how many they get right as of Friday night.
Yeah.
So Stevie will join us on Friday to tee that up as well. We're looking forward to it. Stephen Caldwell coming up later this week. All right, Keegan, Johnny coming up into the next hour. Best bets as well. OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and up on TSN 3.
This is OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog on TSN 1050.
Hour 2 OverDrive continues, powered by FanDuel. Brian Hayes, the O-Dog, Jeff O'Neill, Jamie Noodles, McLennan. Game 4 of the Western Final and Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. Game 5 of the Western Final and the NBA playoffs tonight. We got the Memorial Cup continuing in beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia.
Is the weather good out there, I think? Oh, is it sunny and stuff?
You know what? The mornings are a little cool. They're perfect. And then it turns like the sauna gets cranked up in the afternoon. It's incredible. Today it stayed cool the whole day, like it was perfect golfing weather. And Hayes, I know you hate shout-outs, but I talked about that Okanagan Golf Club. Like the views and the trees and stuff. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful place to play golf. Like you just get to a vista and you see. It's awesome. Although Frankie played terrible and it was tough to watch, beautiful place.
That is disappointing that Frankie would be
shot
that bad.
What did he shoot? 95?
Yeah, something like that.
97.
97.
And he's a good golfer.
Yeah.
Isn't
Well,
he?
allegedly. I
He
mean,
is. He got side. There's these giant. Like this thing was tree lined, and this guy was in a pencil factory all morning, and it was plinko in there.
Well,
yeah, you get off the path with trees, man. You're in big trouble.
I'm looking at the forecast.
Yes.
27 tomorrow, 30 on Thursday.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful out there.
Yeah, you guys still got garbage weather. The weather's still garbage there. Or what?
28 degrees
It's
today.
the most mint day of the year in Toronto today.
Yeah,
like
beautiful.
there is nowhere on earth that has better weather than what it is in Toronto right now. It is 27 and sunny and perfect.
Yeah, it is beautiful today.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice all week.
Yeah,
it's
been
nice all week.
Been garbage leading up to it.
The weekend was horrendous.
Yeah.
But the Dome was open last night. The Dome's going to be open tonight, right? And we're going with an opener. Braden Fisher on the mound for the Jays this evening after they got pumped last night. And Vladdy, again, not available to start anyway this evening. We'll see if we end up seeing him tonight, tomorrow, at any point throughout the week. But to get an update on that and more, let's head down to the Dome. Here's our main man, Keegan Matheson, joining us here on the Maple Toyota Hotline. There he is. See, Keegan's got the golf shirt out, man. Is that a golf shirt, Keegan? What kind of operation do we have cooking field side down at the Rogers Center?
It's a long sleeve, fellas, but casual. You know, I couldn't go full suit today. The airflow right now for me is spectacular. Roof open. I'm a big airflow guy. I need the air moving when we're hot. So it's my season is over. Spring season is about the 1 month I get to look half nice on TSN. Now I'm just looking like a soul singer at the end of a concert, you know. I'm dabbing the forehead. But it's good. We've got airflow, boys, and it's a beautiful day down there.
I love it. I love it. So what's the deal with Vladdy? What did John Schneider just tell us? And any reason to believe we could see him in the next couple of days actually pick up a bat?
Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'd probably bet more tomorrow, guys, because John Schneider said when he was trying to hit earlier, he was having pain when he was extending, which means at the real peak of his swing, extending through the ball. So that's not great news for tonight, I don't think. Maybe you see a late pinch hit at bat. Last night he came out on deck. It sounded like that was a bit of a fake out. He wasn't actually going to hit. So we'll see. Doesn't sound like an IL stint yet, guys, but I know Vladdy's numbers, even with where they are, haven't been great. They still need him. They need some threat in the middle of this lineup. No one else is really providing that right now. So him missing 1 or 2 days compared to 4 or 5, still a big difference for Vladdy.
Keegan, we were talking about, turning it around. And for the last several weeks, we're just saying, there's lots of games left. Is it getting to a point where you think this is going to turn automatically or magically, where it just all of a sudden happens? We're kind of getting to that point. We had a question earlier in one of our segments, are they going to be buyers at the deadline? That question started to pop up. Although we're crazy and we do crazy things on this show, that question was asked. How do you think the future is going to be a month from now? And just the idea of turning it around, do you see it as a realistic possibility now?
It's such a low bar, too, guys. I mean, the rest of the American League is bad right now. The fact that the Blue Jays are still in a wild card conversation right now, kind of speaks to how poor the rest of this league is. But I don't think that should be viewed as any sort of accomplishment. I mean, my God. The wild card is not the goal. It cannot be the goal. When you are spending this much, when you're a market this big, and when you have expectations like the Blue Jays, sneaking in with a wild card seed is not a success whatsoever. Winning the division is a success, and we saw last year what that did for this team. But I keep waiting for that time, when this is going to turn, and every other team is waiting for that magic too. The Blue Jays need to do something differently. Even look back to last week when we were talking when the Blue Jays were in New York. Yes, they had a couple of big wins, but we're talking 2-0, 2-1, 3-0 wins. Until this offense really changes, I'm not going to change my mind about where the Blue Jays are headed right now, which is kind of in this same stuck-in-the-middle direction. The offense needs to change for that to get better. The pitching staff, for all the injuries they've had, has been really good. I'm really impressed by them, especially Savage, Gosman. Cease will be fine. That's just a couple weeks, I think. But the offense needs to do something. The offense needs to wake up and spark this team. It just doesn't feel like there's a life or a momentum or a direction to this right now. It's 2 steps forward, 2 back, 3 forward, 3 back, and they're hovering below 500, which is not a fun place to be, as we're just about to be talking about June baseball, guys.
So, Keegan, you talked about some injuries. Is there anybody close and on the horizon outside of Vladdy?
Alejandro Kirk's the most important one, guys. He was here yesterday doing some base running drills. Base running doesn't matter much when your thumb's broken, so I didn't care too much about Alejandro Kirk's beautiful foot speed out here in the bases, but his thumb is getting a little better. Maybe we're 2 weeks away from that. Let's call it 2-ish weeks. When Alejandro Kirk is back, that changes this whole lineup. Outside of Vladdy, I think Kirk is one of those real foundational players who is critical to the whole identity of this team. Not just the pitching staff, but the lineup too. Because the Blue Jays, when they're at their best, make a ton of contact, then they can land the uppercut. Contact's great, but you need power on top of it. That's who Kirk is. He's all contact, and if you hang one, he will hit it out. That is what the Blue Jays need more of. Yes, Addison Barger coming back and others will help. But Kirk, man, I cannot overstate his importance to this team. I always say that for people at home, however important you think Alejandro Kirk is, double it and triple it. I promise you it's that much to this team, and man, they have missed him. It's been a long old time from that broken thumb, but they need him back.
Well, there's been so much turnover, to the daily lineup compared to where it was in September and October of last year. And a lot of that is injuries, clearly, with Kirk out and with Barger out. But some of it is based on play. You know, Davis Schneider was sent down to the minors with Nathan Lucas returning. And I'm curious, once Kirk returns, what does that mean for Heineman? Once Barger returns, what does it mean for, is it Penongo? Is it Sanchez? Like some of these newer guys who are not on the radar in the spring, let alone, this time last year. What do you think happens with these positioning battles, let's say a month from now, presuming everyone's back and healthy?
Yeah, guys, that's when the Blue Jays are in a good place, when they can start letting performance drive this. Performance has not been driving this in a lot of situations, and that's just by necessity. You need healthy bodies. You need guys who can play the infield, which is probably why Lenin Sosa is still on this roster, despite the fact he took a walk yesterday, guys, for the first time. 113 plate appearances, I think, this season. Lenin Sosa finally took a walk, but it's been ugly. And if Davis Schneider was playing like he did last year with a 797 OPS, a guy who fit this team perfectly, then that would be so much better. If Kirk were back, if Barger were back. I think that when Kirk is back right now, it's Brandon Valenzuela's job. I think he fully and completely deserves that, and I think he's a big leaguer for the next 5 years with Alejandro Kirk. That's one hell of a catching tandem. That's a really good tandem in Major League Baseball. But then you get into the decisions about does Yohendrick Pinango, does he stick around? Last night did not help. Wandering around in left field did not help whatsoever. So you start to get into conversations where the best man wins. That's what this was supposed to be all along. But when you have so many injuries, things like having options or your position come into it. All of these factors that are not just who's the best ball player. The Blue Jays have not had that option enough, but I think that's coming. And that could kind of get to what O-Dog mentioned earlier, that point where it starts to turn. The Jays just haven't been able to capture that identity yet because this is not who they thought would be here.
What about the rotation with Corbin pitching very well? I mean, I said yesterday he's kind of in this year's Eric Lauer. When Bieber, I guess, had a pretty good stint in the minors, he's going to continue to rehab. I don't think he's like right around the corner from returning, but he will at some point, and when he does, he's going to pitch. Scherzer, I haven't heard anything on him in a while. You can touch on that. But do you think Corbin's done enough where, again, we presume health and everyone's available, he sticks around in the rotation?
Absolutely, man. And credit to Patrick Corbin. I remember when I saw the text message I got that the Blue Jays were signing Corbin, I thought to myself, man, this is getting bleak. And he has looked great. Like, he has done a really, really impressive job. They paid him $1 million. He's been worth a lot more than that. So credit to him for sticking, and I think he will stick. Tomorrow, Max Scherzer, tomorrow morning, is going to throw about 2 innings to hitters here at the Dome. And then Shane Bieber, maybe we're talking about him being, let's say, a month away as he's slowly building up. The Blue Jays still need another pitcher to step in to that place that's been, vacated by Dylan Cease. Maybe that's Chad Dallas, C.J. Van Eyck, we'll see. But they're running out of options. Guys, in spring training, we were talking about what the heck do they do with all these starters. This will forever be a lesson for me that you can never have enough starting pitching. It's not just a boring thing that coaches and front office guys say, but they are running out of every level that they thought they had, guys. Listen, if you have thrown 80 miles an hour in the last 10 years, come on down to the Dome tomorrow. Open tryout. Let's get some fresh arms out here, fellas, because they have exhausted every idea.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, game 2 of the series with Miami in town tonight, and then they're in action tomorrow afternoon. Then they hit the road in Baltimore, in Atlanta, and the Braves have been red hot this year, clearly. So it's not going to get any easier moving forward, but it's a big one tonight for the Jays. Enjoy it, Keegan. We always appreciate you doing this. We'll do it again soon.
You got it, fellas. Take care.
There's Keegan Matheson live from Senior Frogs down at the Rogers Center.
Love it.
They got the music bumping.
Just rolling.
They got those tunes cracking down there.
You ever do a Senior Frog move in Cancun?
I have not personally. My whole cast of character friends all did it on a grad trip, and they said it was a phenomenal place.
People enjoy themselves there.
Yeah, by all accounts, it's a great, great place.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. So I can't speak from experience.
My God.
You can?
I told you, man, every season, Cancun for 10 days. Completion of the season. To just venture around.
Just checking spots out.
McDavid gets back on the ice in 7 days. I go to Cancun for 10.
Yeah, I like it.
Man, was it a good time.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
Smoke. It's one of those rare spots in the world. It's kind of like Vegas, where you just know everyone's having a good time. Like no one's going down there for business or anything.
No. That's the actual catchphrase, blowing off some smoke.
Yeah, blowing off steam in
blowing
Cancun.
Off steam or smoke. Yeah, blowing off
Gotta
some
blow off
steam.
some steam. Yeah, just blowing off some steam in Cancun at Senior Frogs.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I blew off a lot of steam in Cancun, and I bought at the airport, I bought 2 of those disposable cameras. There's some stuff going on, and on the way home, I left them on the Bird.
Oh way. Uh-oh. So someone had access
you want
to
to
some
talk
pictures.
If somebody took those and got them developed,
Never know.
Never know.
If those got developed, there would have been some stuff going around, man. I'll tell you what. Some crazy times.
20 years ago, long time ago. Those things are long gone now.
Flights home.
Oh, yeah.
From like a boys' weekend or like a week, a week away like that.
Experience of all time.
Flight attendants must just look at people and go, "You're a disgusting piece of garbage."
Yes.
Like they look at.
Yet it's probably all the time. So it's so constant. It's almost like kind of routine.
Yeah, it's routine.
Yeah, it really is, because we've all 3 of us have experienced. I've had some of the worst flights ever coming home from trips.
Yeah.
Like bachelor parties and stuff like that, where you're just staring at the back of the chair, sunglasses on.
Oh. I remember a flight attendant asking our buddy Strutty if he was okay, because he had sweat right through his hoodie that he had over his head.
Death.
We thought he was like
The worst.
He was Bernie Lomax, basically.
If you're a 3-4 day trek somewhere, Vegas, Cancun.
Sunday flight home from Vegas.
So disgusting.
It was, he was a mess.
Yeah, it's not good. Keegan joining us here on the Maple Toyota Hotline. Red Tag Days are here. Check out the Toyota Tacoma and Toyota Tundra pickup trucks, both available as hybrids. Visit Maple Toyota near Canada's Wonderland on the Maple Auto Mall. All right, Mike Johnson coming up from the Worlds. And we'll get back into Carolina. They're in the driver's seat now. And can Colorado survive tonight in Game 5 of the Western Final in the NBA? And the reports out there that I guess the new front office here in Toronto have had a Zoom call with Austin Matthews.
So not a face-to-face?
We'll get into that when we come back. How do we feel about a Zoom call instead of a face-to-face? Does it really matter? OverDrive continues. TSN 1050 and up on YouTube Live.
Get ready to kick off the season. To cheer on your team. To wear your colors. Get ready to go! A new season of The Amazing Race Canada, coming this summer to CTV and Crave.
Back to OverDrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog.
All right, best bets coming up later in the hour. Again, it's a big day for us. As of today and moving forward, all of the shows can be streamed on Crave.
Yes.
You can watch them after the fact. Visual podcasting on Crave.
You will be watching yourself.
I'm going to check it out tonight. I'm going to come back and review this show in particular. But the best of OverDrive is up there. I think the draft lottery show we did is up there on Crave.
The best of OverDrive. I want to check that out.
Yeah, those are going to do numbers, I think, on Crave.
Funny. Yeah.
So, yeah, be a subscriber. And if you are, you can download the app. You can check it out wherever you want to. And listen, that's one of many different places you can find a show. But we're really excited about that OverDrive is going to be up on Crave.
How many years were put into the best of? Like, how many more years do we have to put in to make another best of? Like, can't we do that every couple months, or shouldn't that be the game plan?
That's a good question. Like, do we just keep adding to it?
I think your little swimming episode yesterday might make it. No?
I think it's got a chance.
Nate McKinnon flippers.
Yeah, for sure.
That might make it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you driving. Where'd you get your car stuck on some sort of like? Remember, he drove out from a volleyball tournament or something and got his car stuck on like a piece of cement.
Yeah, in Kitchener, I think that was.
That
might already be in the best of.
That's probably.
That might have made the last one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're constantly trying to add to that. That's our intention. So we're really excited to be up on Crave. I guess Bednar speaking recently, I think, both guys, it sounds like they're going to play tonight. At least McKinnon will for sure. Blackwood's going in there. Yeah. Nichushkin is a game-time decision, but it is go time for the Avs this evening. But I want to ask you guys about this report that I guess Matthews had like a second surgery. And the way it's been reported is that they just couldn't find time to meet face-to-face. And I don't know if that's because Austin's got stuff going on. I know the Leafs do, clearly, because they're scouting and they're trying to hire a coach.
Right.
But it sounds like Chaika, Sundin, Matthews went the Zoom route.
Okay.
They jumped on a Zoom call, and everyone's seeing eye to eye now. Virtually seeing eye to eye.
It's nice to have
Make a difference.
Guys, I think that's embarrassing. I think it's embarrassing. Like, you can't get on a bird with private birds and everything. Like, a Zoom call is embarrassing. Maybe it doesn't mean much. Maybe it was just, hey, how's it going? I think a Zoom call, when you're talking about the Leafs and this guy, is completely ridiculous. That would have been my first flight. Gone. Austin Matthews, I'm at a restaurant. Let's meet for lunch. Let's meet at your house, whatever. I think a Zoom call, it's got to, if in fact is true, it's completely ridiculous. Ask Johnny what he thinks, and you guys tell me. Don't you think that's
Johnny's
goofy?
coming up in a few moments.
Yeah, Johnny will be on in a bit. But I agree. I think it says something, too. Like, I get it. You're in different, like, if you're in a different, I don't know, if he's in New Zealand, I get it. But that's a 3-4 hour flight on the MLSE jet. They would have access to it. And I'm assuming he's in Arizona. He might not be. Who knows where he is, Colorado or something, recovering. But I think the biggest thing is a lot of times face-to-face, when you meet somebody, you get so much of a different vibe, good or bad. You develop that relationship. Now, I think they know each other. You have to assume that Chaika would know Austin from Arizona.
Well, and Mats would know Austin.
And Mats would obviously know Austin. So maybe it is. Mats, it sounds like, is maybe back over in Europe right now.
I think he's at the World Championship.
So he's at the World Championship. So I get it. You maybe just want to be on a call, get on the same page. But I agree, I think it's such a personal thing. When they announced those two, it probably within 2 days, they should have been like, we're going to see Austin right now. And maybe he wasn't available.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal personally. I think what ideally happens is they say, when we hire the coach, then we're coming out. Because that's really the relationship that I think matters more than anything. Like, Austin Matthews is not going to have any say in what they do with the first overall pick.
Right.
Who they hire as the coach, what they're going to do in free agency, all that kind of stuff. His relationship with the next coach is imperative. Sure. They got to be on the same page. And that's not even as the 69 goal scorer. That's as the captain.
Right.
The captain and the coach have got to be on the same page.
Yep.
Right. I'm not projecting stats. I'm not saying the new coach has got to be on the same page as Austin so that he can get him back in a heart race and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking as the leader of the room.
Culture. That's
exactly. That's the importance. That's the one that's got to be face to face. And I'd like to believe that will happen. But if Matthews has told them, I'm here, it's all good, go do your thing.
Yeah.
Then that's fine for me. And by all accounts, that is what has happened here. Now, again, Austin's saying he wants to win in Toronto. Great. What's the timeline on that? We still don't have an answer. Right. And that's really what matters. And I don't know if a face-to-face conversation was going to have any correlation to that. In other words, am I going to be here for the next 10 years and try to retire as a Leaf? Or am I going to be here until the trade deadline because we're terrible next year and it's not, and then it's going to be a Quinn Hughes scenario?
Right.
Like all this kind of stuff is on the table. It's all on the table right now.
Ryan,
go ahead.
When you're talking about Austin Matthews, and Chris Johnston wrote the piece, and different people tagged off it, and there's all these rumblings with your best player and uncertainty what the future holds for him or what you want or what he wants. You have to get on a bird and get out there immediately. Sorry. Like a Zoom call, give me a break. This should have been done weeks ago where it's like, let's just hear. Let's be old school, face to face. What's the deal? Are we going to have a man conversation or what?
Let me ask you this. And again, we have to remember, I believe the reporting is he's had surgery and like he's rehabbing.
Right.
But couldn't Austin come up to Toronto? Like, why is it for 10 years the Leafs have had to fly down to Arizona on his beck and call? Like, you got to come down here and roll out the red carpet and come, talk to me. Babcock had to do it, and Shanahan, and when Dubas. Like, at what point is it like, hey, we've got a lot going on up here. You're our captain.
Come check out the operation.
Yeah, if you want to find out what's going on, we'll send the bird down for you.
Yeah.
But we're busy up here. Like, we got a lot going on. And I for 10 years, and this is always going to be interpreted as a shot at Matthews. It's not. But for 10 years, it was like, make sure that everything's perfect with all these guys.
Yeah.
Do you think Vegas is do you think Kelly McCrimmon's like, I got to get on a bird and fly over to Boston because Eichel's there in the summer and I don't think so. No. I think they're like, hey, we got things going on, man. Like, you're our captain, you're our player. We love you. Like, I understand what you're saying, the symbolism of it all.
Right.
But if it's so important, if Austin's got all these questions, fly up, man. You know where the Leafs front office is. Come up and have a chat if you want.
It's a great point. But the one thing that we can point out, Vegas, the way that they've established how they're going to conduct business for 10 years, that's how they do it.
And that's the way every team in the league should do it.
Okay, but it hasn't happened like that. Maybe John Chaika and maybe Matt Sundin goes, this is how we're going to do it. We're not flying to you. Give us a call. I'm fine with that. We'll get on and we'll move on because we're busy, you're busy, and we'll talk to you. We're going to let you know what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. If you're in, if you've told us you're in,
awesome.
Exactly what you said.
Great.
We'll let you know.
Let's get rocking.
We're going to make some moves. I think that could be the conversation that they've had. But again, this is a bigger conversation. And I was thinking about this last night. Look at the 4 teams that are left in the conference finals here. You pretty much can tell exactly everything about the culture in those 4 organizations. Next, Montreal, we've talked, very likable. Gordon down to Suzuki, all of that. We know what Vegas is all about. Just win, win, win. Colorado, it's McKinnon. It's, you can see the line. And in Carolina, Rod Brindamore, Linier. I would ask you, what is some of these organizations that we talk about in daily, like what is defined by them? That's the difference.
Well, that's it. The Leafs they got an owner, and they got a board, and then they got a president and CEO, and then there's 2 different kind of co-GMs.
We'll see what they build here.
Yeah, that's different.
You'll see what they build here with Mats into John Chaika, into a new culture. That's what something. But
and Matthews has got to be the driving force in all that.
Agreed.
And I'm if he's going to be here and going to be the captain, then that doesn't change.
Right.
Like he's got to be a leader. He's got to run the operation, and that's on him to do that.
Right.
Like he's the captain. They've anointed him the captain. I just don't see this as like some like they have treated him with the utmost of respect for a decade.
Yeah, you don't think
the Leafs have treated him so well. And I'm not a believer that, like, because it's a Zoom call instead of a flight, all of a sudden they're turning their back on this guy. I think that's outrageous.
Brian,
go ahead.
I'm really glad you brought up that Vegas comparison, because Vegas, this is how they would have handled it. Call Jack on the phone and say, is there a problem? Because if there is, we'll move you immediately, and we'll get somebody else in here. It's honestly, like, that would be their approach. Like, we love you as a player, but if you're going to be pissing and moaning and you're complaining about something, we'll find a different centerman.
Yeah.
And that's how they would do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like you mentioned the teams that are playing right now. You think Tulski's like, Mark Stahl up in Thunder Bay, he's not happy with, I better get on a bird up there. No. Like, that's just, it's 2026. You have the technology. If we got to hash something out, we can hash it out. If it went poorly, then I would say you better get your ass down there, or he better get his ass up here, one way or the other, or meet in the middle. I don't care. Meet in Nashville, and everyone can figure this thing out. But by all accounts, everything went well. The Leafs they've got to figure out their operation here.
Exactly.
And I think it's a pretty simple conversation. You're under contract. You're our captain. We believe in you.
Yeah.
That would be my stance if I'm John Chaika and Matt Sundin. We love that you're our captain. We love that you're here. We want you to continue to do that and flourish. And we're going to do everything we can to help you. You got to help us, etc. If he gives you the thumbs up, awesome. Great. We're getting back to work.
Yeah.
Like, that would be my stance. And, and I think, the symbolism of, like, we got to fly to see the Emperor. Like, again, it's like, I don't.
Yeah.
Really? Like, you're the Maple Leafs. Run your operation. If it's so important for Austin, he can come up.
But that's what I keep coming back to. You just laid out. Kelly McCrimmon would probably do this. Tulski would. They've got to establish how they are going to run their organization. This might be different than Dubas, than Tree Living, into Lou Lamoriello, whatever. John Chaika wants to, or needs to, establish how he's going to run this organization the way he wants to. And it might be cold and ruthless. Might be say, you know what? I don't want to fly to see you. I'm going to have a conversation because I got work.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a chat and let's move on. And I'll get back to you when I hire a coach. And it could be just all business.
Austin Matthews, I cannot imagine he's sitting there. Based on the way he operates, again, we don't know him personally, but based on the way he operates, I don't get the impression he would be sitting there saying, this is a slight on me. Or I think he's sitting there saying, go and put some work in here. As he should, to Chaika and Sundin. You guys got to figure this out. Like, we got to you got to get the right coach. Make sure you pick the right guy with that first pick.
Yeah.
You got to turn over some stuff. That's your job, not mine.
Right.
And I'd like to believe they're saying to him, keep rehabbing, keep doing your thing, because once the puck drops, now it's your turn to do your job. You got to pull your weight. But a meeting in May is not going to determine whether or not this guy retires a Leaf at 40. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going to matter for him is what they do at the end of June, into July, into August. That's what's going to matter.
Build a team. Yes.
Here's Mike Johnson, our TSN hockey analyst, joining us here from the World Championships. Johnny, where do you stand on a Zoom with Matthews as opposed to actually meeting him face-to-face? Does it really matter to you? Where do you stand on that?
Doesn't matter. Would I prefer to have had a chance to sit down and meet somebody for the first time in person? I think so. I know they don't, like, they've all met, but sort of in their official capacity, have a chance to talk face-to-face, read the body language, not the sort of distilled version we have on Zoom that we become accustomed to. I know it's hard. I know he's far away and they're really busy and they got a lot going on in Toronto, but I would have liked to have them do it in person. And it doesn't matter. The fact that they did it on Zoom won't make it any more likely to resonate deeper into the summer. If they did it in person, that wouldn't guarantee he's going to be happy anyways. But just as if it was me, if I was John Chaika, I would have made it a priority to say, listen, I need to take 12 hours out of my time then to take the private bird down to Arizona, sit with him for 3, 4, 6, 8 hours, whatever, and take it back home. If that takes the day, to me, that's worth investing a full day to go face-to-face. But not the biggest deal, but that's not how I would have done it differently if I could.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, you three see it the same way. I look at it like, I actually think the symbolism of saying, hey, we got stuff we got to do here is a positive. They've been flying down there for a decade. They've been treating him with the utmost of respect. If Austin's got something he really's got to get off his chest, fly up. Come on up. We can meet. But I think the scenario is fine with a Zoom call, get everything off your chest, say what you got to say, and ultimately what's going to matter if I'm playing the role of Matthews is who do you hire as a coach. That's what really matters. That's when you fly down, in my opinion, Johnny. Like, wait till we hire the guy, then we'll come down and meet, and we'll spend the weekend together. Because that relationship, in my opinion, is more important. Matthews with the next coach, way more important than Matthews with John Chaika.
1,000%. Your touch point every day with a coach and the coach's vision and how, like, I think we can make a legitimate case that Craig Berube utilized Austin Matthews in a far too defensive role. And you even think it's kind of been well documented how the defensive starts, the quality of competition, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't want that, nor should he get it. Not now, not ever. So, yes, the coach is more important. And Hayes, you're right. It doesn't matter. But I would just say, like, I understand where you're coming from. You want to say, like, we're not going to tap dance around you. We're not going to cater to you because we've been doing it the whole time. You got to want to be here. And if you want to be here, we want you here. And I get that sort of guttural pride. Like, hang on. Like, if you want it, be part of it. If you don't, then get out of here. It's not quite a reflection of reality, though. Like, they do want him around, presumably. And part of that is making it as attractive as possible for him to be around. So, you know, if push comes to shove and you got to go down that road, sure. But I think your first impression should be accommodating and embracing him and his family and his all that kind of stuff. I should have, guys, here's the scoop. I saw Mats today. I talked to Mats today. Yes. He was here.
Okay, what do you got for us?
I was walking in the building and I was waiting with Gord and I saw that the big guy go by, glasses on, kind of jacket. I'm like, is that weed? So I went scurried over to him and he was in a hurry. He wanted to get out of there because the Swedish game just ended. So the Swede fans were going to mob him. But he was friends with some of the parents on the Swedish team. And he took in the Swedish game where Ivar Stenberg scored a ridiculous highlight reel goal. Doesn't mean anything, but he was there watching. The camera actually cut to him. I think he was sitting with Viggo Bjork's family, who he may have had a relationship with before this game. But yes, so Mats is here just for the day, then he's leaving. So he's not going to Arizona anytime soon. There he is. Glasses, jacket.
Love it.
But yeah, he said he's having, like, quick little 5-minute, but he says he's enjoying it. Says he's really loving digging in. And like, I didn't want to get, he was busy. He wasn't in the mood to chat too much, but it was interesting to see him here because I didn't know he was coming.
So, Johnny, as far as the first pick goes, do you still stand by your comment you made a few weeks back where you said maybe Stenberg in the first couple years, but then maybe after that it might be McKenna that turns into the better player? Do you still think that is the case? And if that is the case, what would be the best player to take for the Maple Leafs?
Yeah, I still stand by that, I think Stenberg next year will be more prepared and capable to play in the NHL than Gavin McKenna. I think physically he's just a bit stronger. And you say better player, it's tricky to say. Like, McKenna will, I think, be the better offensive producer. How much you're going to value a guy who maybe is maybe not quite as productive, but maybe more defensively reliable? I don't know, but he's been really good in this tournament. A tournament full of grown men professionals, and he's been one of Sweden's best players. But I stand by what I said. I think I would take McKenna because if I'm taking the first overall pick, I want the ultimate upside. I don't want to play it safe. I don't want the guy who might be, steady Eddie. I'm like, I want to hit a home run. I don't want to double here. And so McKenna gives you the potential maybe to have that home run. And if Matthews leaves, you're going to need a face of the franchise. You need someone to build around, and that would be McKenna as well with Nylander.
Johnny, I want you to go inside of Mike Johnson's smoothie bar, okay? And you are going to make the Coach smoothie. What ingredients are necessary for the Coach smoothie, and what name does the smoothie spit out at the end? Who's the coach? Tell me the ingredients first and who it spits out. Give me the name, the coach that you think the ultimate smoothie would be.
So I think by default, one of the ingredients would be younger in demeanor, maybe not in age, but someone who relates and talks to players in a more current manner. Not an old school guy, not terse, not gruff, but a guy who doesn't mind talking. So somebody maybe a little bit younger. Definitely the primary sweetener is going to be someone with an offensive puck possession slant. That's going to be what sells. That's what's going to sell the smoothie. Is going to be someone who says, I want to have the puck. I want to empower my players to play creatively, not risky, but creatively, thinking that we want to score and not just give it away and defend. I would like someone who has experience being successful. And I think there is a need in this market to have someone, you don't have to have won a Stanley Cup, but just someone who has won some stuff and can walk in the room and say, I've won, I've done these things. I've won whatever. And I want someone who doesn't, my little dash, my dash at the end. Don't give me someone who I need to convince to come to Toronto. Give me someone who wants to come to Toronto, not because they need a job, not because they're going to get paid a lot, because they want the challenge and the reward that would come with being successful in that market. I put that all together. I blend it up nice, some lactose-free oat milk, and I would come up with Jay Woodcroft, David Carl, something along those lines. They might be at the front of the line to buy my smoothie. That's who I'm coming up with.
I like that. Jay Woodcroft.
How much does the smoothie cost?
Well, depending on who's buying it, some people have a special card, an MJ card, like Jay Woodcroft might, and it might cost him 4 years and $16 million. David Carl has a pretty successful smoothie franchise he likes to frequent. So I got to give him a little premium to get him to leave his smoothie that he enjoys so much in Denver. And it might be, I'm not kidding, 6 years, $48 million.
Oh, that's a
to
Babcock
get David
deal.
Carl out of Denver.
$8 million.
I Babcock. Okay.
David
They
Carl
have the
turned
money.
down $5 or $6 million a year to go to Chicago last year.
Mm-hmm.
But he only
And
allegedly makes $700,000 in Denver.
He does. I mean, that's not alleged.
Johnny, hang on a sec. Hang on. Don't listen to these guys. Johnny,
But he doesn't need money. He's a different guy. He went through like a life-changing experience to become a coach, right? He had a heart ailment. It's gotten him into this path of life. He has young children. He's prioritized that. He's pretty passionate about that. And he has longevity. Like he can work at, you can say $1 million. Let's say he makes it Denver. He can do it for 50 years. He can never have to leave. $9 million doesn't quite go as far as, the security and everything else that Denver University provides. But yeah, that's what I'm going for. Somebody like that, that would be a good fit for, I think, where this franchise should go.
Okay. I like that. I'm down with both those options. All right, let me throw these stats at you guys without naming the team.
Okay.
All right. Through 3 games
This
in this
or
series.
data.
This or data. 3 games into this series. This team leads in shot attempts, leads in shots, leads in scoring chances, leads in high danger chances. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Colorado Avalanche.
The Colorado Avalanche. So why is it, the reason I bring that up is the Habs are on the complete opposite end in theirs. Right. And it's like they're getting dummy, they got no chance. But then on the other side, Vegas is Vegas is unbelievable. But it's the exact same series based on these stats for the most part. Not as extreme. Not as extreme. Not as extreme, but still. I mean, they're getting Colorado's beating them in every this or data.
But it's not
3-0 Vegas.
I would argue that the chances are probably 25-20, not 28-10. That's the difference.
Okay.
Because Montreal is not. Montreal put up 10 high-danger scoring chances yesterday and had 2 shots on goal in, the last 27 minutes?
More than that, yeah. It was
whatever it
30-something.
was. Whereas Vegas is getting chances. It just is more of a high-wire act because Colorado is an unbelievable team that can generate chances. It's just Vegas has the answer. Carter Hart's been the best goaltender,
He's been
arguably.
phenomenal.
I mean, Freddie been great. Dobish has been great. But if you look at Hart, he's been unbelievable. He's been exactly what that team has needed.
This or data?
Johnny, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and you nailed it. I think the difference is the Carolina-Montreal series is like literally a 68-32 series. Like it's very lopsided in favor of Carolina as far as the run of play. Whereas Colorado-Vegas might be 52-48. It's quite a bit closer. So, and the most important number you didn't bring up, Hazy B, with your data manipulation is you can go, just give me the save percentage, goal save above expected, Wedgwood, Hart. And that's the answer. Why is that 3-0? It's because one goalie's been really solid and one goalie has had almost a goal a game, sometimes 2, that they're not bad goals, but Noodles, you know what it's like. You're on the bench. You're like, I would have liked to save on Jack Eichel's wrister off the post, or Barbashev's winner under the bar, or Hurdle's winner on the backhand. I get it's a toe drag, but it's a backhand shovel from 25 feet, and he beat him. You need saves there because the guy on the other end is giving his team those saves. And if you get it one end and you don't get it the other, that is almost always enough to win or lose a series.
Called it. What did you call it? Yesterday? Cialis for shooters or something?
Sniper Cialis.
Sniper Cialis. When you look at Wedgwood and net with the tiny pads.
Yeah.
Johnny, you know what it's like going down the wing?
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what it's like going down the wing? And you see stinky Roberto Luongo in net with giant pads, and there's nothing to shoot at. When you see Wedgwood's little road hockey pads, it's Sniper Cialis. It is.
It's like when we had Cujo in net in one end and Glenn Healy in the other. You're like, get me down to heels. I need some Sniper Cialis, and I need to feel good about myself here. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. All right, Johnny, mix that into the telecast tomorrow when you're calling games.
All right.
See how
guys, I want to hang up, and you guys tell me the hottest rink you've ever played a game in. Because I just left this rink in Switzerland. It had to be, no joke, 26, 7 degrees in the building. It was so hot, sweating profusely, everyone in the building. It's grotesque.
The ice must have been great. Yeah. Must have been great ice.
Third game of the day, it was a nightmare. Yeah, the ice was
not good.
Slow.
Not good. No. Not good. All right, Johnny, cool down over there. We'll do it again soon. Thank you for
All right, bye.
There he is. Mike Johnson joining us over video. And you can see that up on Crave tonight.
Yes,
we're up on Crave now. Yeah,
Love
you can stream every podcast of the OverDrive program on Crave.
We might have to get Johnny once a week to make us a smoothie, boys.
Yeah, that was good stuff. That was very good ingredient. You know what? I love the ingredient that he said there at the end. You want to be the head coach of the Maple Leafs.
You don't have to be talked into it. Yeah,
exactly. Like you want this challenge because that's the one thing they've always kind of had going for them, and it does feel like that's faded a little bit. It's like now it's do people want to be here? It's too much.
Until roster construction. That's the difference because if John Chayka, if he's been told you got to turn this quick, so you make again. I don't know what Max Domi's situation is, but LTIR, you've got money to spend. You're going to have to you go and sign some players.
Mm-hmm.
If he is proactive to make the playoffs next year, that can be attractive to a coach to go, yeah, I'll take a healthy Matthews. I'll take a healthy Nylander.
Yeah.
And let's see what else
Jamie,
we got.
why don't we do this? Hazy B, we're going to put you on the spot. Let's take a break. And I want you to give the prospective coaches asking John Chayka, what's in your smoothie? Like, what are you going to pump out? And what ingredients are going to go in as far as that roster for the coach?
Okay.
Give it to me, Hazy B.
I got you. All right, we'll do that. We'll get to our best bets. We'll get to that next.
Memorial Cup presented by Kubota continues on TSN.
Just watch me dance.
All right, Best Bets powered by FanDuel. Make your picks and assemble a same-game parlay in seconds on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Doogie has swayed me into taking the points tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Spurs getting 4.5. You got to pay a little juice on that, but I think he's right. I think we're looking at a ball game tonight. Wemby's still young, right? There's other guys dropping like flies, but Wemby has been right in the middle of everything throughout this series, and I think it's going to be a very good game, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Spurs found a way to pull this off. I think it's going 7, though. But 4.5, I'll take the points, courtesy of Doogie.
All right, Doogie.
Doogie's on fire right
you,
now.
Doogie.
Best Bets powered by FanDuel. Same game parlays available for every NBA playoff game on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Please play responsibly, 18 plus, physically located in Ontario. All right, so what is the smoothie thing that you want thrown out here?
What's the
rapid
John
fire?
Chaika smoothie? If you're the coach asking John Chaika, what's his smoothie? What's it going to be? One ingredient's a revamped decor, isn't it?
Yes. This is exactly what I would say. At least 3 new defensemen on the team next year.
Puck-moving defenseman.
Mobile puck-moving defenseman. Right. Yes. Like, you look at a guy like that Gostisbehere last night. He's flying around, moving pucks around.
Scrap heap find.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. He's kicked around, right? Like and Carolina didn't just say we'll take you. They're playing him. Like Brindamore plays him a lot. So 3 new defensemen. I think this McKenna kid, I'm guessing you go first overall and he's going to step in and play.
Yep.
And I'm going to pick the 2 best goalies. It doesn't matter who's on term, right? So maybe Stolarz is going to go. Maybe Joseph Wall is going to go. But I'm going to give you the best 2 options I can in net of what we have. They have 4 options right now. They got to pick the 2 best.
Yeah.
So
stable goaltending, puck moving D, and I think you need to.
McKenna's going to step in, and then more than that.
Yeah, you're going to need more than that.
So a lot, but those are the ingredients.
Yeah.
Those are the ingredients.
Fair.
Seems simple. They'll figure it out. All right. Good stuff. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes for helping out. We appreciate it. Everyone for tuning in today. TV, radio, podcast, web, up on YouTube Live. And don't forget, tonight, you can watch this show streaming on Crave.
Love it.
I love it. Visual podcast. We're into the future here. It's a beautiful thing.
Great.
We're out of here. Enjoy your evenings. Enjoy the games tonight. We're back tomorrow at
Ward at Okanagan Golf Club. You are the best, my friend. 4 p.m.
We'll chat then.